안녕하십니까. 조연샵입니다. 그동안 저희가 또 촬영이 있어가지고 제가 이거 촬영을 좀 못했었는데, 제가 그 이유는 조금 이따가 알려드리도록 하고요. 오늘은 특별하게 그래서 저희가 헐리우드과 저희 유럽에서 활동하는 저희 배우를 모셔왔습니다. 사라볼저라는 배우고요. 인터넷상에서는 저희가 아마 사라볼고라고 이제 검색이 될 텐데, 검색해보시면 다양한 이제 활동을 했고요. 사라 같은 경우는 이제 6살부터 이제 아역으로 해가지고, 연기 커리어를 시작했고, 뭐 작품으로는 영국의 드라마 뭐 튜더스나 뭐 그 스파이더 위크가의 비밀, 뭐 그리고 영화 구두먼 등이 있고요. 최근에는 뭐 디즈니 시리즈 리매치나 뭐 여러 또 영화 작품도 이제 좀 준비되고 있는 걸로 알고 있고요. 아무튼 일단 사라랑 얘기하면서 한번 알아보도록 할까요? Hi, Sarah.
안녕하세요.
안녕하세요. Thank you for coming to 조연샵. It's a great honor to, have you here.
Thank you very much. What a fun thing to do in Seoul when I'm here.
Yeah. Please introduce yourself just briefly.
Yeah, hi, I'm Sarahbolger. I'm an Irish actress. I am here in Seoul working with this wonderful gentleman actor, and I'm so happy to be here.
Right. So how long have you been here, like, for shooting, right? Film?
I have been here for almost 8 weeks now.
Mm-hmm.
Almost. And I love it here. Seoul is such an amazing city, but it is, I think the people are what makes Seoul the most fun.
Mm-hmm.
That's been my read anyway so far.
Okay. So can you tell us about that film briefly, if you are okay with that?
Yeah, which one?
The one you're shooting here?
Nervous?
Yeah.
I'm shooting a film called Nervous with a wonderful director called Abner Pastel, and I am a co-star of this wonderful gentleman who is our lead actor, and it's a woman's loneliness through a difficult time in her life, and the brain meanderings and maybe delusions of someone going through a trauma that she is not dealing with correctly.
Mm-hmm. So, do you have any film or TV series just came out or upcoming works?
Yeah, so I just, right now I have a TV show that is just coming out called Rematch, which is about a famous chess game in the 80s, early 90s. And that was so much fun because it was set in New York.
Mr. Kasparov.
In that time period, which I love. And that's a mini-series, like a 6-part that is very cool and is coming out right now.
Mm-hmm. But I couldn't see the on Disney here.
Not yet. I think it's England, Europe first, then probably Asia after.
Looking forward to seeing that. So I'm going to just ask you some more questions about the acting or that kind of stuff, production stuff. Have you worked with any famous actors we might recognize?
I mean, I've had the good fortune of being able to work with so many wonderful actors. I mean, one of my favorites is an actor called J.K. Simmons, who was in Whiplash,
Whiplash,
which is an amazing, incredible film. And he and I did a show together where he was the star of it, called Counterpart. And I just think he's such a wonderful actor. He has this voice that sounds like no one else, and he's incredible. I've been very fortunate to have a few people in my life who I've experienced as true magical actors, people who are so beyond talented, and getting to work opposite even some of them is a dream.
Wow. I love to work with that kind of famous actors. One day, definitely. So, if you have any your own philosophy of acting,
well, it's not like a philosophy, I guess. I started acting when I was very, very young. I was a child actor, and the only advice I think maybe I'd say is that to say thank you to everyone on set more than you say your own dialogue. Like, to be there and to be so grateful, because the experience of an actor can be one of joy and hardship, but on a set, you're not always going to be the first there and last out. Maybe you're only in one scene that day, maybe you're only in 2 scenes that day. And the crew are there all day. And I just think to be so gracious and grateful for everyone's hard work, because film sets are a team sport.
To the crews, always.
Always. They're wonderful.
I totally agree with that. So because when I was shooting with you, and I actually learned a lot from Sarah. She's really like
Nice.
Experienced and skilled, and so I learned a lot. I found you were quite quick to understand the scene, and how do you focus on before you shooting the scenes, before you just into the scenes?
Yeah.
Was it like secret or?
No, I think I read the script a lot, and I also do this thing. It's like I do a diary entry. So meaning, if we're filming a scene where you and I are talking at a table, I will write, just on my iPad, I will write like a diary of like, dear diary, yesterday, me and let's say I'm the character Sarah and you're the character Sung-soo. Myself and Sung-soo sat at this table. How did I feel about it? So I think about the scenes as if we've already filmed them and they happened yesterday. And sometimes I can think about them more clearly if I think of them in past tense. So that's kind of my method of understanding the character, understanding how she's feeling in that moment, understanding how the other character's feeling in that moment. That's kind of the tactic I use, or that's how I study it anyway.
That's great tactic, because I've got that kind of like acting genre as well. I just try to write all the his profile, what his life is like. Yeah,
his feelings.
Writing is really helpful.
I agree. I think also doing something with your hand, I always think, I even go on walks and learn lines. Like, I feel like moving and movement can change the way you feel about words and make it maybe more organic or maybe different than what's on the page. And I think that's always a good thing to change it up.
I mean, writing journal, diary, I think that would be really helpful. Great. When you act in the film, you look so real. Just be really real. So I was quite surprised. You look like, are you acting or are you just saying something? Or what is there, like a secret, or was there like what is it?
My favorite actors, watching them on camera, like the show we were both watching, the British show about the boy, the boy who committed the crime. What is that show called? We're both loving it.
That one. The British one.
Yeah, Adolescence?
Adolescence,
yes,
that's
thank
right.
you. So Adolescence is so amazing because you think you're watching a documentary about that child, as if that's really happening in real time. And that's my favorite type of storytelling. My favorite type of storytelling is where I feel like I've turned on my television and been dropped into a scenario. Now look, Adolescence is gritty and real, but I also think The Office, that TV show, is exceptional. It feels like I live in that office with them. And those are just my favorite. That's what I like to watch. So that's what I like to create, I guess.
Because that would be the reason why you are really good at real acting, because you love it, right? You love reality, and
I mean, I love it so much. I like it better than real life.
I mean that's really important, for acting, and also the trend is always changing,
of course.
in acting.
Of course.
But I mean, I love that. So how do you practice that kind of acting before the productions, or when you're just free?
Yeah, I think I said that already. I sort of go on a lot of walks and I pretend that I put my AirPods in and I pretend I'm on a phone call. So I'm just talking to myself like a crazy person. Walking in the subway, walking along the streets. I'll just keep saying my dialogue over and over and over until the words are not the page's words and they're my words.
Your words.
Yeah. And that's why I think you've noticed on set, I will deliberately change the line slightly, because if I hear it too many times and it doesn't feel real anymore, it feels
and
it feels too repetitive, or maybe I'm now just saying it and I don't feel it anymore. I'll change it to I feel stressed or like I'm worried, like I'll just do it. I'll change it so I can feel it new again. That's what I try and do.
Same as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really helpful as well.
Yeah.
Sometimes, but like a writer doesn't like that.
Of course,
you know what I mean?
of course. And by the way, I would suggest clearing that with the writer. But hopefully don't change the intention. Just maybe a word so it can feel new in your mouth.
Great. So if you give any tips to like beginners, I mean actors, what can you do that?
I think, you know, I would say being a cinephile, like being someone who watches as much as they can is always wonderful. But I would also suggest read. I would suggest read a lot of books and picture in your head what you think those characters are doing. Yeah, because I think there can be something that can spark something in you from not seeing it, but looking at it and want to create it. Like wanting to go, I love that about that character. I'm going to take that for myself for this new character I'm going to play. I try and read a book, and sometimes work is so crazy, I will not get through this whole book, but I will pick a book that I think the character maybe is or is inspired by or loves herself, and I'll have it on me all the time and kind of like pick up a chapter and read it and go, this has nothing to do with the scene, but I like that idea, so I'm going to go use that somehow. And I think that can be just helpful and make your brain think differently.
So you're like the collector. To like collect all the characters and then you can use it. Oh, I'll use that correct.
Exactly. Character. Yeah. Because look, we're all human beings and human attributes are everyone's. So I like doing that. But again, I say this like I read a whole book every time I play a character. It's more like I want to get inspired by that book and bring parts of it, whether again if it's I think this book is her or I think this is a book she loves.
So what kind of book you normally read? It should be...
It depends. If it's a historical piece, I'll try and read something of that time. Or if it's maybe someone, like sometimes I played recently a woman whose child was kidnapped. I read a book written by a woman whose child was kidnapped. And even though the stories were not similar, I just wanted to know her experience. Just things like that.
Great. So I'm thinking, because all the audience will really curious about because you're from the America or England. So I think they were curious about what's like a difference, like between like American system and, you know, Korean systems.
Like the filming?
Yeah, filming.
Here's what's wonderful about film sets. They are the same everywhere in the world. You can drop yourself in any film set on any part of the globe, and you may not speak the language, but the film set is the same. It is a global phenomenon, and it's the best home ever.
So even if you are like casted into the like one of the Hollywood film, the system will be the same.
Yes.
So what you need to do is just acting very well.
Yeah, that's all.
You're just a good actor. At any atmosphere, at any set.
Yeah.
Okay, that's great. That's what we need to do is just study, more practice, be a good actors. So can you tell anything you want to say at last?
Here?
Yeah.
Well, I'm grateful. I'm grateful to have got to know you and work with you. So that was a joy.
Me
and
too.
Thank you for having me here. And I hope this was helpful to someone.
Definitely.
And yeah.
So I hope I can see Sarah again, maybe next time or very soon in Korea. Definitely.
Yes.
So anyway, thank you very much
감사합니다.
for being here.
Thank you.
See you later. 자, 오늘도 여기 저희 사라볼저를 모셔봤는데 다음에도 저희가 또 다양한 배우들과 함께 저희가 모셔와서 저희가 또 이런 연기 얘기, 이런 또 어드바이스 들어보도록 하겠습니다. 사라 배우한테 진심으로 너무 감사합니다.
감사합니다.
또 다음에 뵙도록 하겠습니다. 감사합니다. 감사합니다.
감사합니다.
Thank you very much.
감사합니다.
감사합니다.